Yeah, so we in the forest doing a little walking on the trail, and essentially, I just wanted to kind of just make a little somewhat of a reaction to a clip that I saw. Check this out. Let's see what we got going here. All right. So,
Christians are wondering why Jelly Roll decided to clap back at Forrest Frank for not wanting to receive an award for music that he claims he made for Jesus and also that he got from Jesus, okay? Now, this video is not to bash anybody or to choose sides or anything like that, but I do believe there's some things that need to be said about the comments from Jelly Roll, okay? But first, I want to show you guys the video of Forrest Frank actually speaking and expressing why he did not want to receive this award, and then we can go from there. Let's hop into this video, watch and react to it. Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and hop in.
As Christians, it's hard to know where the line in the sand is between being in the world and not of the world. And as a Christian artist, I dress kind of like the world. I kind of look like the world. My music can kind of sound like the world. So where's the line in the sand drawn? And I'm convicted, personally, that a line that I can draw is that I will not receive a trophy for something that is from Jesus and for Jesus. And I was wrestling with this last year. I even said that on stage at the Dove Awards. I said, I'm still struggling with the concept of receiving this award, but all glory to Jesus. Every name will fade away, including mine except for one name. But I feel a conviction to go even a step further and say, I don't know if I even want to step on the stage. I don't know if I want to step in the room. And so I have decided to take a stance of non-participation. I will not be attending the Doves or the Grammys. I hope to be an example to the youth that the trophy is our salvation. The trophy is that my name is listed in the book of life and I get to have eternal life. What good is a piece of metal going to do compared to that?
Okay, so Forrest Frank received a ton of support from everyone in all different areas, from all different Christians, if you want to call celebrity Christians, the music industry, whatever you want to call it, right? Clothing industry. He got a lot of support. Even Marcus Rogers is right here. He said, bro, wow, this is so refreshing. Forrest Frank been standing on business. I almost said business. He got a lot of support. But then, this is what Jelly Roll said. So Jelly Roll said, let me scroll up real quick. Won't receive trophy for something from Jesus, for Jesus, but will take profits from something from Jesus, for Jesus. Maybe I'm missing something here, okay? And a lot of people replied back to that. And then he also said, this is an interesting take. I dig it. How do you think, or maybe he wanted to say, I don't get, how do you think this compares as profiting from the same music? I love that you said, I don't want to get a trophy for something that's from Jesus, for Jesus, which is awesome, but also make millions of dollars doing that same thing that is from Jesus, for Jesus, okay? And a lot of people didn't like this. Now, I want to show you guys a take from a Christian that I found on TikTok that I thought was a good take, okay? And then after...
all right, so clearly what we have here is we have I just feel like it's an unfortunate situation, man. I feel like it's an unfortunate situation. Honestly, if I had to really kind of like think about this from afar and from not knowing anything. By the way, this kind of happened a little while ago. From not really knowing anything, I would, or when I say knowing anything, just knowing this particular kind of back and forth of him making a video and then Jelly Roll responding for him. Frank posted a video basically saying that he was convicted. He's a Christian who's an artist who does music, as he said, that's from Jesus, for Jesus. Jelly Roll is another artist, I would say, as of right now, which is kind of several days after me reacting to this happening. He doesn't really like clearly profess it, but I'm not going to speak on anybody's salvation. All I would say is this. Clearly, Jelly Roll disagrees with Frank. And to me, it's interesting. And I would say it's disappointing because, from just kind of knowing just a little bit of Jelly Roll and a little bit of Frank, how did we get here? I don't understand how we got to this point where you have somebody who's trying to come out and state that they're dealing with something, and another person essentially kind of like low-key calling their bluff, laughing at them, calling BS on them. And the people involved is just really, it's unfortunate and disappointing. I will say this. Jelly Roll. Dude. Like, my guy. You have an amazing story. Create amazing music. Like, from the little bit that I heard. How can you look at Frank and just kind of like do him like that? I don't understand that. Like, personally, that's what I'm kind of struggling with, because it's just like, I think you missed something here. I think you missed truly his heart and his struggle. You missed what Forrest Frank was truly getting at. And I think a lot of times people do this. They'll overstep without really trying to listen. Jelly Roll, he was talking about a struggle. And here's the thing about when you have a struggle. Your struggle, Frank Forrest struggle, Jelly Roll's struggle, it's not the same. My struggle, it's not the same. So I would say just because just because his struggle isn't something that maybe you don't think it should be a struggle, that don't mean it's not a struggle. I'll say this. I don't have a struggle with getting up, going to the gym, working out. It don't even have to be at the gym. You say work out to me and I perk up. You say fitness to me and I buck up. You say weights and moving and like I said, you say healthy living and moving weights. Like, there's a certain like type of, riled up that I get. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. It's not a struggle for me to be like, oh, I'm about to get up and go do this. But for a lot of people, for some people, it's a struggle to get up and go to the gym. It's a struggle to get up and do these things. Like, that's their struggle, though. I don't sit there and laugh at them, right? I don't sit there and like, oh, you don't struggle with this. That probably has similar to do. Oh, you motivated to eat the donuts. I don't do that. I don't. Are you motivated to get them to get all them calories inside you? It's like, okay, but that's not, because that's not their struggle. And even though eating donuts and calories and extra food is not really a bad thing, it can lead to something else. And what Frank is trying to tell you is that getting this golden trophy leads to something else for him. He said I think he explained the video perfectly well, and I think he has every right to do it. And I actually think he's in the right, and I give him kudos for doing this. He struggles with the fact that this golden trophy, like he said he was struggling with it last year, is something that he feels isn't right for him. And I think what the most important part about his video is that he said he's not saying it's not right for Christians to take it. He's not saying everybody who's going to there is going to hell. He didn't say that. He just said, listen, man, for me, I'm struggling with this. So I'm just feeling like I'm being led to just not participate. For Jelly Roll to step in and say, oh, but you participate in taking that money. It's like, yeah, because that's not his struggle, Jelly Roll. That's not his struggle. His struggle isn't getting money. Well, who's to say what he uses his money for? Listen, I don't know. Maybe Jelly Roll got some information that I don't know, that we don't know, that he can point out that how Forrest Frank is truly like a hypocrite or something. But as of what we know, we don't know totally or completely what Frank does with his money, how God is using him, or how he's allowing God to use him with his money. Here's the thing, Jelly Roll. You should know this too. Getting money don't make you not a human. Getting money don't make you not struggle with things, no matter how much money it is. Dude, Jelly Roll, his story comes from the struggle, from people overcoming. You got, yo, shout out to Theo Von, man. You got Theo Von making jokes about how Jelly Roll would get up there and say, I want to tell everybody if you struggling. Like, it's a running thing. We know that Jelly Roll likes to get up and shout and encourage people. So why all of a sudden when somebody talking about they struggling with something, you don't want to sit up there and shout for them and encourage them to overcome their struggle, you want to laugh at them and kind of poke some hole in them. BS, trying to call BS on them. I think it's foul. And to be honest with you, Jelly Roll, with all due respect, you kind of showing your ass a little bit. Like, what the fuck? What do you got against them? Why come out so with the 2 comments and double downing and being extra and capitalizing letters? Like, what's all that for? What's behind that you got to go like so in on them? You not, don't get me wrong, you ain't go scorch earth, but low key you taking shots. Like, at this point, I'm like, yeah, what you got against Frank? Jelly Roll, here's the thing. He has a struggle. How about I take this time to do something that you have been doing and that most likely you will continue to do, is encourage. Let me encourage you that instead of laughing at his struggle, how about you join in and encourage him to overcome his struggle? That's his struggle. It doesn't surprise me that his struggle happened to be about a golden trophy, similar to a story in the Bible where God's people made a golden calf that he didn't like. They were worshiping it. They took more value in it than God, than Jesus. So I think he's trying to say, like, I don't want to take more in this than Jesus. What do you do with money? You can use it for resources and allocate it to things. I would venture off to say that's probably what Frank is doing. Who knows? I don't really know. But this from afar, this is what I can tell you what a trophy is. A trophy, you know what you do with a trophy? You put it up on the shelf. You put it up on a shelf, and it's there in your face every day, every morning. Maybe Frank is saying, I don't want to sit up there and wake up and idolize this golden calf. I want to idolize. I want to worship. I want to put more of my value in Jesus. So Jelly Roll, his struggle is not your struggle. Jelly Roll, my struggle is not your struggle. It ain't Frank's struggle. And I know you was recently at the award shows and you kind of made a statement about you can see the trees or whatever from forest. I would venture off to say this, Jelly Roll. There's a good chance you're still missing the forest Frank from the trees.